Probably about 7 years ago, early on in my dad journey and early on saying hello to dads at the park, I remember one particular dad. His kids were over playing football and getting ready for practice, and his other kids were at the playground playing, and I was just having a conversation with him. He's probably like the sixth or seventh guy that I was talking to at the park, so it was really early on in my journey. But there was a moment where we were just having a conversation, talking about life. Don't really remember anything remarkable about the conversation except this, and it happened at the end. So football practice wrapped up, and his son came over and started playing in the playground, and then it was time to go. And so his son comes over, starts talking to dad, telling him about his football practice. And I'm not even sure where it came from, but I remember just thinking, like, this popped out, and I was like, I'm going to do it. And I remember telling his son, I was like, hey, I just want to tell you, you got a really cool dad. We've been talking, and I just want to tell you how lucky you are to have a great dad as you do. I'll never forget the smile on that boy's face, and I'll never forget the dad's smile on his face, because elevating someone who's their hero. So his son always saw his dad as a hero. But then when someone else tells him, it's almost like your dream come true, because it's like someone else sees him as the hero that I see. And how often do we often lose sight of something because we're the only ones that can see it? And because we're the only ones seeing it, we often maybe disbelief that we're right. And in that moment, I've never met this dad or son ever again. But in that moment, I elevated how his son saw him. And I gave him a gift of that elevation through a simple act of kindness. And the moral of this story is basing off of yesterday. Look for opportunities like this, because we are always the heroes in our kids' lives. And when the world validates that of what we often believe, magical things can start happening. From one dad to another, everything can change. And you showing up, having that conversation, looking for moments like this, can be everything. It can change everything in the trajectory of a family's life. Look for them, embrace them, go through the fear, and see what happens. If you have a story like this, let me know. I'd love to hear it. Drop me a message over on Instagram at Ben_Killoy. Also, if you are not a member of our Facebook group, The Business of Fatherhood, go over and there's a link down in the show notes. It'll drop you in. We can answer any questions. We can interact about anything you have going on in life. It's a free Facebook group to have community of hungry men that are looking for the information, the brotherhood, to move the needle on where they need to go. Guys, have an amazing weekend, and I'll be back again with you on Monday.